Now, as Tom has already spoilt the surprise, we've got a guest in the studio, and that doesn't happen very often, but boy, oh boy, are we pleased to have him here. His name is Ian Cover. How do you introduce Ian? Coodabeen champion, man about town, does stuff. Hello, Ian.
Good morning.
Now, you know what? I'm going to push the right microphone button. How's that? Is that better?
Good. I thought I was back at the ABC for a moment. Thanks, Neil. Actually, I do. Hello, Tommy. Good to see you.
Yeah, wonderful.
It does feel like I'm at the ABC because it could have been set and wanted to be, 5 or 6 of us around the panel, and there'd be say there were 6. There was only 5 sets of headphones.
Yeah, now, okay, you guys keep talking. Stand by.
So it's a fundamental, isn't it, of radio that you have headphones, but
The
you don't want to be a
even
prima donna.
if you just look the part.
Yeah.
The primary difference being, to say it correctly, the primary difference being is, as people go,
Did you
the
get
difference
them off
is,
a Qantas plane?
No, I did not, or any other brand of aircraft,
Oh,
of course, because
sorry,
we can't
yes,
just name.
yes.
There you go.
They're
Stick
clearly
those
not.
on your
They're
fact-
clearly not AKGs to sound like I know something about radio.
That's it, yeah.
I went into a studio one day and had AKG on it, and I thought they must have been the initials of who owned them.
Yeah. And get those cans on your head, Ian. That would be the thing, wouldn't it? My apologies for not having that laid out, but we don't normally have people here. We normally have them on the telephonic device.
Now I put them on, I'm thinking it might have been better without them.
Yeah, well, sorry.
it's all right.
I'm glad that I'm here. Otherwise, we'd never anyone to pick on.
It just helps you focus a bit. And the other thing I must say is many years ago when I first went to Melbourne to write about radio, I thought I'd do a series on all the breakfast announcers around Melbourne. So I went into Triple M. Might have still been Eon FM in those days.
Would have been, I would have thought.
And Gavin Wood and Molly Meldrum were the co-presenters, a bit like Neil and Tommy, And so I sat in the studio and they'd have a bit of chat, and then they put a song on. While the song's on, I can ask them a few questions, take a few notes. They turned the in-house monitor up to 11.5, and I go, "Hey, so Molly, what about it? What you say?" It was just screaming the whole time. And their headphones were up to 11 too.
Yeah, well, I came in here this morning. I can always tell whether the person on Friday night's deaf or not. Because you plug the headphones in and your head explodes. Now, let's put some context around why you're here.
Well,
sorry.
probably because you didn't have anyone else for this morning.
Correct.
Am I the clubhouse leader in terms of most appearances as a guest?
Oh, you'd have to be close.
Thank
yeah.
you.
And if not, get ready for this, Tom. Watch and learn. If not our most prolific, certainly our favourite.
Oh, that's terrific.
Happy with that?
And look, I've just got to say what a great job you're doing too, Neil. This is good showbiz, Paddy. I learned that.
Yeah.
The first thing I remember when we went into commercial radio, we went to 3RW, and the first person we walked in, bumped into, walked around the studio, said, "Hey, you're sounding good." We hadn't even been on air at that stage. And so we learned, if you heard someone say, "sounding good," you had to immediately say, "and thanks for all your help."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, you're taking notes, Tom?
I just had to get a 40-year career in radio.
Yeah, that's right. It's all that terrific stuff.
No, we did invite you on our first show of the year, as we often do, knowing full well that you'd be busy at Cottage by the Sea. So if we do that, we go, well, we've already asked him once, he refused.
At the annual fair
Yes.
down there, because we did talk at one stage about you broadcasting live.
Happy to do that. Waiting for the invitation.
Because it's a massive event supporting Cottage by the Sea, thousands of people, and we could get you front and centre. And
No, well, I've checked my letterbox regularly.
well, let's put it on the agenda for next January. It's usually the second Saturday in January.
Yeah,
Are you back by then?
Yeah, we would make a point of being back by then. Yeah, so I think every time we've asked you, it's been the first show of the year because we'd like to get you to prognosticate. And I've been waiting to say that word on the radio, to prognosticate about what would happen across the year. And here we are. Well, it was going to be last week and you got stood up because Graham Gouldman was in town. So sorry about it.
I didn't get to hear the Graham interview.
I'll send you the link because you can find all of the big conversations on either the Legends podcast or indeed on the Two Blokes Chatting radio show website.
Okay.
Said, it's not, but no, it is. No, it is there. No, he's good. Good fella.
Are you going to go and see them in concert?
I'm unavailable on the night, unfortunately.
Really?
Yes. I genuinely am, because I really would have thought...
This is the 10cc pop group band, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's probably 2.5cc, because Graham's the only original member. Godley and Cream don't talk to someone, and Eric Stewart's not around. And sorry, Tom, they were a band in the 70s.
Tom, you heard of a group called the Platters?
No.
Or the Drifters?
Yeah, the Drifters,
Yeah, right. I think at one stage in the world, there was like 6 or 7 incarnations
Yes.
or iterations of the Platters and the Drifters touring.
Yeah.
Right, so this is the equivalent now. we're
No,
talking
not quite, but
Yeah.
that's what happens sometimes. Because
No.
there's some. I saw it on YouTube recently.
The YouTube, please.
The YouTube thing,
Yeah.
Canned Heat.
Okay.
I don't think there's any originals in Canned
No.
Heat.
Well, you've heard the very sad story about Little River Band, of course.
Oh, yeah.
If ever you've got half an hour, ring Graham Goble and ask him, say to him, I think it's great the Little River Band is still touring, and then duck because he's written a song called Someone's Stolen Our History, and the guy who owns the name,
Wayne Nelson.
yeah, won't let them even say sounds of. And one stage they went out as Birtles, I've got to get this in the right order, Birtles, Shorrock, Goble,
Yeah,
and the sign went up with the L in Birtles, the R in in Shorrock, and the B in Goble up in big letters, and they were sued.
Really?
Yeah,
I think it's one of the
saddest thing ever.
Yeah,
I reckon.
yeah, in rock
absolutely.
and roll.
Yeah.
It's
And so, when they tour, they have to tour with something else. And of course, what's the link with Geelong? They announced it at the Golf Links Hotel.
Well, I presume the Little River comes
Yeah.
with some sort of connection back to Little River.
Their previous name was after a big river.
Yes.
It was Mississippi.
Yes.
And they were driving down to Geelong to do a gig at the then Gulfview Hotel.
Yeah, I remember
And the Sphinx, the hotel formerly known as the Gulfview. And as I drove, I saw the sign saying Little River, and someone in the car said, "Hey, that'd make a good name for the band." And that's how it happened.
Yeah, they announced it on stage. And I think the expression bunter was how it's described the crowd went. They went bunter when they announced. Yeah.
Well, I know that's a more modern word. I'm now
happy with
getting
that?
in touch
Yeah.
with you, yeah.
But if you want to it's probably time wasting, but it's extraordinary to actually look at some LRB website, which I did a little while ago, something, where Wayne Nelson was an American chap who actually came into the LRB as their bass player, did he not?
I think it was bass, yeah. Yes, it was towards the end of the time with
He's
Goble
certainly not
was-
an original, Tom.
Yes.
And now he's got this huge website with his explanation,
Yeah.
in brackets, justification.
Yeah, that's right.
It goes for
Excuse.
pages. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking, mate, you weren't in the van going to the Gulfview.
That's it. You're not in the van, you're not the man. That's my saying, which I just made up on the spot there. Well, there's another one coming out to Australia, which, fingers crossed, I've got an opportunity to chat to. A chap called El Jardine,
Oh, yeah.
who was one of only two surviving Beach Boys. And he's bringing out
Some of the Beach Boys.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
familiar with that word?
I'm just taking me a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I've got to-
El Jardine, I think, took lead vocals on Sloop John B.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of
And-
movies about the Beach Boys. They're an interesting crew.
Well, they're coming to Australia, obviously under the Wilson brothers are, sadly. But the band is, I think his show is called Sounds of the Beach Boys
yeah.
or something like that. So they're clearly, if Birtles, Goble, Shorrock sing, they're going to sound awfully like that band that used to be around called the River Band.
Was Al Jardine? Is he one of the ones that they had fisticuffs box-ons
Nah.
with the rest of them, or has he been?
He's the little guy on the end. He's the
Yeah,
one
right.
that wasn't part of the family.
No, and a nice guy.
Yeah, apparently so, yeah.
So
the late-
they don't fight. The family fought. He
yeah,
didn't.
yeah. And Mike Love, the big guy, he was the cousin.
You get mixed reactions to Mike.
Yeah.
Love.
You either love him or not. Yeah.
Did he embarrass himself at some Beach Boys induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of
I
Fame?
think you're
or
right,
something?
actually. There's something, weird about the way he operated, yeah.
It might have been L being inducted in his will. There is some good stuff on YouTube where, in recent years, they're playing Hollywood Bowl or something, and they're doing various Beach Boy songs, and Al Jardine is guitar and singing, and Brian Wilson's still playing piano, so he's still part of it. But he's behind the piano, let's say that.
Yeah, he's near there.
Yeah, he just kept turning up. Brian, very sad for him in the end too. Only passed recently.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
a genius, complete genius.
And interestingly, the lady who spoke to me about potentially talking to Al, she said we had a really awkward situation because they had planned this tour for Al, so you say Al's coming in, let's say October, and they worked back, and on this date you have to do this, and on this date you have to, and the date that had to be announced was the day after Brian Wilson died, and she said we couldn't not do it because everything was booked. We had all, and he said it's going to look like I've gone. Oh, Brian's gone, you beauty. I'll ride in on the back of this. It's just really bad timing, unfortunately, for the poor man.
Now,
What
can
a
I-
great musician.
And one more, can I just...
And he went on to win 2 Brownlow medals, of course, Brian Wilson.
No, only the one.
I was only one. I thought you
Yeah.
were born two. Oh, there you go.
No, just the one.
Oh, okay.
At the D's.
That's right. You played for three clubs.
Just on matters arising too, I'd made a note in the car, a mental note.
Yes, because you wouldn't be driving and writing.
No, you were talking earlier with someone, when you were talking with Steve Good.
Steve Woods.
Steve Woods, I mean.
Yeah.
Steve Woods. Did he work at 3OK?
I believe he did.
I
And
remember.
I found out the other day, in a sort of a Coldplay kind of way, he's not necessarily being faithful to us. Apparently he's doing something on 3OW on Saturday nights. Not nearly as good as us, obviously.
Well, and there are a number of people who specialise in areas of entertainment, showbiz and that, who can be on multiple stations.
Yes.
I think Peter Ford's entire week is just...
I heard Peter Ford one morning 15 years ago on 3OW, and Ross asked the three questions he obviously gets handed to ask.
Yeah.
I then flicked on to K-Rock or Bay FM or someone, and it was Paula Contel.
Yeah.
She used to be hosting it, and she read exactly the same questions, and he'd go, "Oh, that's a very good question you ask."
He's a pro, Peter.
Oh, yeah, no, easy stuff, yeah.
He's fantastic.
It's the best in the business, apparently, so he keeps
Correct.
telling me about it.
That's the intro. But matters arising when I was driving. You mentioned just fleetingly with Steve, almost as a throwaway, "Woman, you're breaking me."
No, he mentioned that. Yes.
Oh, he mentioned it.
Yeah.
And I thought by the group,
Yes.
lead singer.
Ronnie Charles.
Yeah, correct.
Ronald Charles Borromeo. Borromeo.
Yeah. One of the more memorable things that's memorable to me, but probably obscured a lot of people was. For some years, I was the sort of on-stage host at Fed Square for a fun run that's on every year. It used to be promoted by The Age, and a friend of mine was promoter of the event. I think it's still on Run Melbourne. It's
Yes.
called Run Melbourne.
I've actually done that.
Have you? Because they have a
15Ks.
5, 10 and a half marathon.
Yeah, it was 15 I did the year
Yeah,
I did,
yeah,
just
right.
mentioning, just saying.
And so to entertain the runners and fill in time when, because they get back at different times and all, before I hosted the presentations at about 11 o'clock, they'd have a band there to play. I remember getting down there. I had to do the announcements at about 6:45 in the morning because the half marathon's off early. And there's a band getting set up, and they are rock and roll veterans. And I'm thinking to myself, these blokes would have normally been getting home at this time.
They're on their way home.
And here they are. And one of them had an overcoat on and a scarf and hat, and he was shivering away. And I got introduced. It was Ronnie Charles.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, I wanted to just sit down and get Ronnie to give me stories from the road.
Absolutely.
Because they were in the real fledgling days of rock
Yeah,
and roll.
1967, I think it came
Yeah.
out. And interestingly enough, and a trick question, the piano player in the group at that time was?
Brian Cadd.
Brian Kane.
Oh, yeah.
Because Molly suggested that Brian Cadd would never be a name that would fly. And so I have a record at home called The Best of the Group.
Yeah.
And it's got a picture of Brian Cadd on it with the name Brian Kane. It's C-A, as in Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I asked him, last time I was talking to Caddy, I asked him about it and he goes, yeah, Molly's idea. Nothing more was said. So, and poor old Caddy, sad with his stroke that he had, but apparently he's on the mend, which is great news.
So there was Ronnie Charles. And, of course, during the morning it gets around about, just before we're going to move into the presentations at 11 o'clock, they did a couple of songs just to get the crowd's attention. And they've done Woman You're Breaking Me.
Wow.
And it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So...
Because I think
Google it, Tommy.
I think the other song...
We're giving Tommy a lot of homework today.
There's a lot of Googling.
Do you want another
going
piece
on
of
here.
paper? The other song, of course, they had was Such a Lovely Way.
Yeah, good song.
Yeah, but Brian, again, last time I spoke to Brian, he said to me, that is the most embarrassing bridge of 16 bars I've ever written in my life. So, because he just basically goes,
And then back to it. Yeah.
He said, talk about fill in time.
We were recording. Coodabeen's were always live, but for Christmas it was a Christmas show.
A backup show in case the transmitter went down.
I think so. We had the week. It must have been for our Sunday night show, and it might have been the Sunday. Might have fallen very close to Christmas Day. So we went in midweek to record the thing, and we had to record 3 hours worth of program, and we looked out the corridor. We saw Brian Cadd walking along the corridor. So I chased him. Brian, any chance you just pop in and say good day? Just a quick Christmas message. He's done an hour. Gave us all the rock and roll,
That was like
war stories and
the day we invited Ian into the studio. Didn't tell him that Ross Stevenson was going to be on the phone, and we gave them 18 minutes. At 47 minutes, I said, "Boys, we're going to show at 11."
Isn't that fabulous?
Yeah.
Ross has been on holidays.
Yes, apparently so. Yeah.
He's been to St Kilda.
Yes, indeed.
And it's not the St Kilda down the end of Fitzroy Street.
Oh, the other St Kilda.
The island off Scotland.
Oh,
Out of Hebrides.
Yeah. Have you seen how remote it is?
Yeah, it's ridiculously remote. Apparently, the story came back to me that he was over there. I think he's with his daughter.
Are they going with the son? Right?
Son, yeah. So he takes one of his 4 kids with him when he goes. And he said, so I think it was Noah, the second son.
Noah, yeah.
And he said they were walking along the street in St Kilda, as in that one, and there's a caravan on the side of the road. So they decided to get a hot dog or something, yeah, whatever. And the bloke's listening to the NRL State of Origin on the radio.
You're joking.
Yeah, game 3, the decider.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
As you do.
In the Outer Hebrides.
Yeah, well, the only time I was ever in France, I was over there on a weekend. I was in the UK for work, and I was in the Champagne region. I had the red shirt with Auskick on the pocket, and we'd been told, look out in that part of the world, there's pickpockets everywhere, and I've got this red shirt. I'm thinking, anyway, I spot this bloke walking towards me, and I'm thinking, oh, here we go. And so I crossed the road, and he's crossed the road with me, and I'm thinking, oh, yeah. Anyway, inevitably, and he walks up and he goes, haven't got a score on the Richmond Essendon game, have you, mate?
I thought you were going to say, he said, do you play AFL?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Who do you play for?
Yeah. No, I noticed Alison this morning said, it doesn't matter whether you're playing the AFL, Australian rules. She got halfway through saying AFL before she did Australian rules.
She knows the rules about that.
She does indeed. Good morning, Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you for a while, Tom.
No.
But for those listeners, this is Tom Christensen.
Yes,
and,
host of Chewing the Fat occasionally.
Yeah. And talking music, because you're renowned for your own musical piece that you've performed over the years. Tom, has that ever been discussed here? Am I giving you
No.
exclusive?
No, go for it. Go for it.
Well, I'm not so sure it's me exclusively. Well, the song itself's not.
No, but your performance is.
Well, like,
Exclusive or unique?
Oh, it's unique.
it's unique, all right.
Yeah.
But it's gone into reretirement.
Oh,
as I've got a bit older and the body doesn't work quite as well. Last time I got up in the morning. For those who don't know, I do a dance to American Pie. Each word's got its own movement.
He acts it out.
Oh, like Norman Gunston style.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, except I fall on the ground a lot when it's time to die.
Hard ground too.
Yeah.
And has that got anything to do with the intake of alcoholic substances beforehand? Is that why you fall down?
Oh, no, well, I've never done it sober.
No, okay. And of course, we condone drinking responsibly.
Oh,
I
sorry,
think,
yeah.
well, to give you, just to say, I did see you perform it. It might have been a Bucks turn, so that or the wedding. It was one of the, it might have been both.
Oh, you got the creme de la creme of the achievement award there.
As long as it wasn't a hen's night, I'm relatively comfortable.
So anyway, that was all good fun.
Yeah.
Now we were going to prognosticate.
We're going to prognosticate about things because we've got about 6 minutes left, but that's okay.
Do you have to play a track now? Or?
Oh, no. I've got one coming up. Kenny Rogers and Kin Carnes, as a matter of fact, coming up very soon. So tell us about 2025. What have you seen and what's going? Sorry, what did you see and what is going to happen for the rest of the year? Do you think?
In any field of endeavour?
Whatever rings your bells, mate.
It's been a most interesting year right around the world, has it not?
Has indeed.
The good, bad, and some very ugly.
Yes, indeed. Oh, nice reference there. I picked up on that.
Thank you. When it's all said and done, and you always hope and pray that these things will be resolved and all, because it doesn't matter where you are in the world, if there's conflict, it affects us all. Everyone there's a lot of finger pointing going on about who's responsible and who can fix it. And
you're talking about the umpires being knocked over.
Yeah, when did that start? That's right. Well, I'm going from big world crisis to just really important things. How many players have been fined this year for?
How many players or how many times? Because I think there are some who are recidivists.
Well, it's not their fault necessarily.
No.
Yeah, how many fines have been dished out for contact with umpires?
I know, but there's another 3 out of last night.
It's 65 or 67
something
or
like
something.
From last night.
Yeah.
But surely this was happening before all this.
Yeah, sure. I think that the game style has become a bit more
congested.
That's the word I was looking for.
There are less exits.
Yeah. But there are also more umpires.
Correct.
And there are players who are using it. I think that's the problem. So Matt Rowe's a classic. As the ball is thrown up, he goes around one side of the umpire to split from the other player. I hope the hand gesture's helping the people listening.
Yeah.
And the umpire gets squashed in between.
So I didn't watch much last night. Were with these three, they're always this incidental contact. It's very hard to avoid, isn't it?
One was Cam Rayner got tripped running across the back, and as he fell, the umpire came back into him. So it's how do you stop that sort of stuff? It wasn't intentional by anybody.
Has anyone been fined for having contact with a goal umpire? Because that
happened last night apparently.
Yeah, well, they're going to get a fine for that too.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Because they can get and Jeremy Cameron almost cleaned up a boundary umpire a couple of years ago.
Yeah. I mean, that one against in the Brisbane Carlton game where Brisbane got the goal out of it, and the umpires just run, merrily into the path of a bloke running full tilt. Yeah. I mean, that would have hurt. That seriously would have hurt.
Can the umpires get fined?
They should have been in that one. Absolutely. I don't think they can, but they should have been.
Shifting slightly sideways on this topic, we'll go back to less important things such as world wars in a minute. But
no, we won't. We're running out of time.
The umpires is there just too much umpiring? This goes. I know it's a conversation we have every week all around the place. Is there just too much? It drives me mad when you actually go and watch the game physically more so than on the telly. I might add, because you tend not to be able to see the nitpicking. My view, nitpicking.
Yet when you go to local footy, it doesn't seem to have that much whistle blowing.
No,
they managed to have the game flow or at least move on. Every time there's a ball up, because there's all those players around the ball and stuff, surely there's some even incidental contact in that scrimmage that could, by the letter of the law, be deemed to be too high, holding on, blocking, and get a friend, get a kick, get it out of there.
Yeah, absolutely. Huh? And last night, to make that even worse, it was fair to say last night it was persistently raining throughout the night. And at one stage, I think they said there were 4 players not in the 50-metre zone, not in half. Like so the umpire had to sort of elbow his way out.
And the number of times they do ball it up because the ball's under lots of players, so somewhere in that, someone is lying on top of someone.
Yes.
Who must be in the person's back of the person under them.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's extraordinary. And last night, there was a fair dinkum full-on push in the back where someone landed and the umpire, you know what he paid? In the back. And everyone's got up and gone, what? In fact, there was one free kick last night, which was, 50-50. And the player who was infringed upon ran off down to his forward line to get ready for the kick. Didn't even realise it was his. The other one's going, come back. Yeah, never mind.
Anyway, your boys are looking very good, though.
I think they're going all right. And your lot aren't far behind.
Yeah, their gap between their best and their not so good is a bit bigger than Brisbane's and Collingwood's, for that matter. And beware the sleeping giants.
Well, indeed, absolutely. I was talking to Tom about this earlier, and last night there was a couple of boys playing for Brisbane called Ashcroft. Surname's Ashcroft. They kicked 3 and 2 goals respectively. And on no occasion did the broadcaster feel the need to go to a corporate box and find their triple premiership winning father dancing around in a corporate box, unlike a couple of brothers who play for Collingwood.
Well, Marcus is a rather understated character, say.
And apparently his daughter is an absolute gun.
Oh, really?
Of AFLW level. And so there is a very real chance that when it gets to the end of the day, Ian, he may well be a triple premiership player and the 4th best footballer in his family.
He was a very good player, Marcus. Very consistent.
All right.
Yeah. Very reliable.
Indeed. The sad reality is that we've got to get going.
Oh, do we?
Well, you can stay. You're welcome to stay, but we have other guests.
And am I going to hear you at 11 o'clock?
Well, I'm thinking about hanging around, actually. But can I say I've really enjoyed the conversation, even though I've been completely out of my depth. Talking about, LRB, the group, all things,
Beach
groups
Boys.
That I've actually never... Oh, and the Beach Boys I've heard of, to be fair. So that's not too bad. Al Jardine and dealing with 2 people that call YouTube the YouTube.
No, you've got to call it that.
And
because
the text machine.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Facebook.
The Facebook.
It's tribute to my father.
Anyone who's born after 2008 just switched off.
Were we born before 2008?
I spent a couple of days yesterday with an IT consultant because I had a problem with the email.
Let's hear from some sponsors. He said, grabbing for the thing like I always do at the last minute. We're going to have some. Stick around if you want to, man. You're more than welcome to stay. You are listening to the Three Blokes Chatting at the minute. It is 28 minutes to 11. Ian Cover, thank you.